I told you the story of a pastor, a man of God, who was having crisis in his church. In fact, when the man of God died, before he died, he had 16 wives. I've told you the story. 16 wives. People tried to talk to him. He said, shut up. I heard the voice of God. Keep quiet. I know what I'm doing. When he died, in his funeral, while they were going through the procession, the anointing fell upon somebody, and the person began to prophesy that he derailed. He missed it somewhere. What was happening? His church had grown, become big. There was so many infighting, so many division. And the Lord spoke to him and said, I want 16 brides. What the Lord was saying, I want 16 branches. Split this work to 16 branches. This from this location, worship here. That to reduce the tension in the center, because he had no guide. A woman in this our church, follow me. A woman in this our church, when we did our 70th anniversary. 70th anniversary, yes. That about 14 years ago. I was walking out and I was seeing some of the governors to the car. And this lady ran after me, said, I want to see. I said, not now, I have guests. I noticed that she was angry, so I paused. I said, don't be angry. See me on Monday. So when they left on Monday, she came, pulled the girl to my office. And I said, what's the matter? He had beaten the girl silly. He said he found the girl doing some things that look like ritual, that the girl is a witch. I said, really, who is she? He says, my house help. I held the girl's hand, and the Lord said to me, tell her to keep the girl as a daughter. I said, my God said you should keep the girl as a daughter. He said, you don't understand what I'm saying. I said, I just heard what the Lord said. And I told you what the Lord said. The lady left. Not only did she leave, she stopped church. I said, I just heard what the Lord said. And I told you what the Lord said. The lady left. Not only did she leave, she stopped church. Because she met prophets who told her that girl was a witch. She stopped church. Now, if she stopped church, that would have been fine. She began to broadcast to everyone that this one is a false prophet. I didn't bother myself. Left church, no problem. The young lady, I saw her around church. That girl should have been like 12 or so. I saw the girl around church. I called her up. He said, see. So I called another woman here. I spoke to that one. That one was going to be with the Lord. I spoke to that one. Elderly, I said, Mama, you said you needed a girl and all of that. Can you take this one? It took. Not long, the girl got admission to AAU. I paid. Went to school. I paid. The young girl took me as a biological father because she only knows her uncle. No problem. Now she goes to AAU. In AAU, she says she wants to talk to me. The next thing, she brings a boy. I saw this one. He said he likes me. I say, must see my father. No problem. I prayed with them. Cut long story short, she wants to get married. He said the family wants to come and see you. I said, me, Bawo, how? Family see me. Am I your biological father? He said, I already told them that you are my father. I said, I'm your father. How? He said, it's only my uncle. They bring wine, they bring money. I collected, I sat them down. I said, this thing you have done is right, but I am not the biological father. And she has an uncle. I said, go and see the uncle. At least see somebody from family. He went there, bam. Daddy, they said we should ask you when is the date of the wedding. I said, you want me to be there? They said, yes. I said, if it's Saturday, I can't come. They said, pick any day of the week, they'll be fine. I land the country on a Friday. I drive to that part of Lagos. I couldn't enter. The kind of cars I was seeing outside, the crowd, the cars, the security, I couldn't enter. So I said to them, I'm the father of the bride. They said, oh, father of the bride? Apostle Suleman, yeah, I saw this. And you just came with just one person. We were expecting a convoy. They took me in. When I saw the man whose son my daughter was marrying, I was wiping my tears. I prayed. The father was happy. We spoke, and I left. I left on my own. I didn't look for anybody's trouble. Last 2 weeks, I saw the woman here, and he said to me that she's sorry all that happened. I could not even remember her. So I said, no problem. He said, please, the people that didn't know how she took that girl are the ones now enjoying the girl. That they say I'm the only one who can talk to the girl. I say, if I see you, you need a guide. I was in Ogbe Stadium. We just left Ogbe Stadium. A young man came out and he's all gray now. He's a little bit old. I knew Pastor Gabriel 1994. I knew that guy in 1995. He had a son. He was the only one amongst us. His name was famous. He was the one amongst us who had a son. The son was about 9. So I knew the girl that, he married and all that. So we're family. I'll go there, pray with them, do everything with them. So I loved the son. I used to carry the boy and the rest. So one day, he was crying. He met me when we were doing evangelism. He said he was crying. That somebody told him that the young lady has been sleeping with somebody else. That even the child is not his child. I was so angry. I was angry. I went to pray. And the Lord said to me, tell him that he should take that child, that child is his child. I told him, I said, God said you should take the child, is your child. He said, I'm telling you the prophecy that was given. And I said to him, no problem. He stopped talking to me. Now I saw him during the Apst Stadium. And not only did he stop talking to me, there was nothing the young man didn't say about me. Because as it were, they went to go and do a test and they found out that the child was actually not his child. So what's Apostle Suleman saying? I kept quiet. People were calling me, say you are false prophet, you are this. Me? I've suffered though. I've learned patience. I don't see. So I was quiet. He meets me at Apst Stadium and he begins to beg me. He said, they say you are the only one that can talk to my son. Who is your son? He showed me a picture. I remember I saw this boy in Atlanta, in America. A young man who drove a Bentley and came out. And the boy told me and said that the mother said she should meet me. That is my godson. I said, godson. He brought out his phone and showed the picture. The picture is like he snapped it from a photo. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I carried him many years ago. I said, this is Joanne now. This is Joanne. He said, this is your mother? I said, yes. I held him and now he's a medical doctor. He has 3 hospitals. He has one in Atlanta, one in Michigan, and one in New Jersey. Now, that young man is a pastor now, suffering. They said I'm the only one who can talk to that boy to remember him. I said, but you called me false prophet. When the Lord was saying, take this child as your own, but you were following the natural life. Me, at this my level, when you are being stupid, and he now met people like him who are, stupidity likes company. You need a guide. God was seeing the end from the beginning, but he was trying to go legal. I'm too busy. They called me names. I said, no problem. I must be honest though, I won't lie to you, I'm on the altar. Did I say anything? When I saw it, I put 2 and 2. I said, wait. Yeah, I saw him years ago. You disconnected? I said, yes. Help me talk to him. I said, no, I have better things to do. Can I surprise you? There are people God is punishing. Don't help them. Don't stand in the way of karma. Am I talking to somebody here? What do you know more than the Lord? My father and the Lord was talking to my wife and I one day we knelt down and he began to say some things. Some of things were saying were not, if I'm to go physically, they were not accurate. They were not accurate. My wife was about to pinch me. I stopped. I said, stop. Let him speak. This man is saying what I can't see. This is like 2 years ago. Do you know most of those things happened last year? Most of those things that happened last year. I said, Jesus. He was saying those things. Talking, saying this. You see this? What do you mean I'm like? But I have learned enough to follow like a fool. Because that's what it takes to be fool. Paul picked Timothy. Timothy was a man because of a connection. And can I talk to somebody? Should I give you many more examples? I've been here for a while. I can give you examples of things that needed spiritual understanding. Physically, they were senseless. The Lord picks a young lady, marry. You are going to get married. A son suddenly reaches out to that girl that he wants to marry the girl, only to find that the girl had tuberculosis. When I say tuberculosis, I don't mean cough. Chronic one. Chronic one. chronic one. And a young man came to me with a girl in my office. That's how she had that catch. The young man said, you can't go ahead. He just want to let me make it formal. I said, God said, go ahead and marry her. He said, Papa, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I can't. I said, this, but the Lord is telling me you should go ahead. He said, no problem, sir. He left. And you know, they always meet other prophets who told them, no, you can't. This coffin is a sign that this is not God. He left. I'm not aware. I was not aware. When he left, I'm telling you the reason why you need, as a Timothy, you need a Paul. You need a Paul. So they left. Life went on. I was in Johannesburg. Of course, he didn't get married. The lady got married to somebody else. I was in Johannesburg. The lady came to see me some years ago, and we are talking now. She is married to a South African guy, powerful church. In fact, she's the powerhouse of the ministry. She's the powerhouse. When the powerhouse practically controls the whole place. They have grown big. They came with their seed and all. And I told the young man, you stole my daughter. I said, yes. So we are talking. When we are done, I was in Nigeria. I saw that son, ex-son, sorry. No, I don't like fathering stupid people. I'm being honest. I don't like fathering emotional people. If you're a pastor, one of the crises we have is emotional members. Emotional, no. But you need people that are spirit-led. Spirit-led. Spirit-led people don't give you crisis because they are walking with God. Spirit-led, controlled by the Holy Spirit. Whatever happens, they want to pray. Whatever happens, they are seeking the Lord personally. Am I talking to somebody now? Now the young man is filled with regrets. She should have been my wife. Another one happened. A young lady brings a guy he wants to get married to. I said, don't go ahead. The young lady goes ahead. In fact, I said, this person, 3 months, 3 weeks. You might have heard me say that before. This marriage will be 3 months and 3 weeks, and the young man will die because there's a pattern in his family. But if you bring him, I'll pray for him. But the problem is that when he comes to me, he will argue. And I'm not that patient. He said, no, argue for what? No. He brought the guy comes, perms his hair is permed, that's his revelation. And he comes to me, I said, look at what I see in your family. There's mature death. If you get married to this, my daughter, you last 3 months, 3 weeks, and you die. He said, no, I'm a new creature, I'm a new Superman, I'm a new Superman, I'm a new creature, I said, but we need to break the altars. I said, sir, there are no altars in my life, sir. With all due respect, sir, there are no altars in my life. I'm a new creature, all things are passed away, all things. I said, go, take it. The young lady was angry. He said, you come there. I said, no, cast what out? Christ has paid it all. I'm redeemed. I can't, no. He said, I said, go. He left. I expected the young lady to be wise. She wasn't wise. In fact, when she did the traditional, she passed by my house. I saw them. I saw the young man from the car. He didn't come up. I saw her wearing a native wear. She came upstairs. I was living at the Express. Then she had a bottle of wine. I said, they just finished marriage. Said, Papa, if you see the crowd, you will know that this was the hand of God. Now that's a mockery. Yeah, trying to mock me. Yes. I said, no, I carried the bottle of wine. I kept it. 3 months, 3 weeks. The young man was walking offshore. You know offshore? These oil people. Where he was sitting, resting, a tree uprooted from the ground fell on him and he died. The young man, lady comes to the house. Mama, who is the MD of Julius Berger? Mama was at home. The young lady was crying. I've come as a prodigal daughter. This time she was pregnant. The family of the young man was against her. She must produce what killed their son. Everybody turned back on her. The only person she knows is Papa. Now Mama comes as Julius Berger MD and holds the lady's hand. When you beat a child on one hand, I say, this one took my 2 hands. Please, you remember on it in the Express. And now take your seat. There when they married. I wasn't there when they did that thing that brought the pregnancy. But now I carry this girl in my car. I've never seen me complain in a journey from Auchi to Benin. There was no complaint. I was the one driving. I was angry. I was boiling. I was provoked. I complained till we get to Benin. Because now I'm carrying her to go and see the in-laws. I wasn't there. I'm not involved. I warned you. You are the only one I have. You are the only one I have. I got there and I saw in-law. I saw in-law. When from afar, I saw guys sitting outside. I saw people. I just reversed. I went to state CID first, carried some men, some policemen. We came back. We came down. Hey! When they saw the policeman, I said, "Calm down. I didn't come for trouble. We can talk this over. Where is our brother? Where is our brother?" I sat down with the family. We spoke. While we were talking, I began to ask them, "Who was so person?" They shocked. That was our elder brother. He died at so age. Say yes. Was it this girl that killed him? Who was so person? He shocked. And guess what the man said? He said, "She has gone to tell you the name of all our brothers that died." I said, "No problem." I mentioned one, mentioned two. That one she didn't know. They paused. I said, it's a pattern in the family. Why am I saying all of this? If she had listened. Timothy, I'm showing you the importance of a guide. There are people, how can you be fighting battles in your family, battles from your home? You now enter into a church and you now continue some battles in cliques, running your mouth against leadership. Meanwhile, you already know what pursued you into church. How can you come to a place of shelter and yet you attract crisis? Timothy, you know what Timothy means? I was shocked. I had the meaning of Timothy until I had to go and do a proper. I discovered Timothy is a combination of both Greek and Hebrew. The word Theos, the name actually is not Timothy, the name is Timotheus. That's why you see the port, it was called Timotheus. Timotheus. Timotheus means Timothy. Timo means one that is covered but being processed. And the word Theos is God. That's where you get the word theology. So Timotheus is the one that was covered but God now processed. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. May my senses not lead me. May my IQ not lead me. May my contact not lead me. May the Holy Spirit that knows the end from the beginning lead me. When Abraham told Lot to choose, was Lot stupid? Choose. A wise Lot would have known that it was not about the location, it was about the unction. What made the land prosperous was not the location, was the man. How can the man? Oh boy. Nobody's following me now. Can I tell you something, please? How many of you know that electricity that gives light also kills? Electricity that gives light also kills. Electricity that charges your phone also blows your phone. Electricity that irons your clothes also burns your clothes. So if you do not know how to direct electricity, it can become a disaster. So it's not about having it. It's a proper regulation. Have you seen full voltage and the whole gadget in the house is down? Have you seen low voltage? You are complaining that it's too low. So it's a function. May your senses not lead you. I said, may your senses not lead you. May your wisdom and intellect not lead you.